Hi, this is Brian McCabe, and welcome to my professional development plan presentation. Please stop and ask me if you have any questions during the presentation. So, what exactly are standards-based IEPs? According to CoreStandards.org, there are 6 key ideas that make up a standards-based IEP. Number 1, standards-based IEPs are research and evidence-based. Number 2, they have clear and understandable content. Number 3, standards-based IEPs are aligned with college and career expectations. Number 4, they're based on rigorous content and the application of knowledge through higher order thinking skills. Number 5, they're built upon the strengths and lessons of current state standards. And number 6, they're informed by other top-performing countries to prepare all students for success in our global economy and society. So what I really like about this is that it's research and evidence based. This is from CoreStandards.org, that they're clear, understandable, and consistent. We don't want our students not knowing how they're being assessed. Number 3, college and career. We want to prepare our students for the next level. What are they going to do with their lives after they get out of high school? We really want to have them prepared, and we do that through our rigorous content and application of knowledge. And number 4 that I said. We always want to build upon the strengths and the lessons of the current state standards. And again, we learn from our friends overseas, countries like Finland, the top performing countries. We want to kind of model them and prepare all students for success in a global economy. So with that, at this time, I'd like to have you turn and talk to the person closest to you. I want you to discuss what you're already doing with standards-based IEPs. I want you to talk about, are your IEPs already standards-based with your partner? I want you to discuss what you could be doing if you're not already with standards-based IEPs. And then I want you to know, will all IEP goals be standards-based? So for example, I can give you one example. Sometimes we have behavior goals. Behavior goals are not standards-based. What other examples could you think of that maybe not be standards-based as far as our IEP goals? So I'm going to give you guys like 15, 20 minutes to discuss, and then we will reconvene. One person in your small group will share out. Okay, now that we've discussed kind of where everyone is with the standards-based IEPs, I would like to discuss, about Common Core. It's often, used with standards-based grading. I want to talk a little bit about what the myths of Common Core. A lot of people think that Common Core is a federal government plan and it gives, a national curriculum. The Common Core is a set of standards that states adopt. There's also misconceptions that the standards are too hard for students or too easy, just because, the standards are used in a way that we weren't, taught when we were younger. A lot of, pushback is often given to us by parents where they say we're teaching things in a harder way, but really we're just developing, a deeper understanding when we have, more rigorous content. Another common misconception is that we have cookie cutter courses or develops a sense of sameness. And it's really not the case. The standards are the standards, and the teachers, kind of design their own lessons, and they do different things to help students gain the knowledge. And it's definitely not cookie cutter. Every teacher will help students meet the standards in different ways. So that's a little bit about, what Common Core is not, some common myths. Up next, we can talk about how we'll align our curriculum. So the first thing we're going to do to align our curriculum is by reviewing our current curriculum and instruction, as well as our assessments, and compare it to the state standards. We would need to look, one for one, how much we are already aligned with the state standards, looking at our lessons, our curriculum sequences, our assessments. And what we're going to do, obviously we know that's time consuming, so we're going to take various teachers from each department. You will be given time off to rewrite curriculum during the year and also in the summer on our summer days, and they'll create new assessments that align with the curriculum, and then teachers will be responsible for, adjusting the instruction to match the assessments as well. Teachers will also begin listing the applicable standards on each assessment they give the students. So this way everyone's on the same page. The students know what they're being assessed on, the teachers know what they're being taught, And if an administrator walks into the classroom, you can easily point to the standards on the instruction materials, on the assessments, and the administrators, would know exactly what the students were learning. As far as the district's plan, it's to roll out standards-based IEPs after a one-year trial period. We are looking for about 5 to 10 teachers in a special education department to try standards-based IEPs over the next year. So again, it's not mandatory. We are looking for some volunteers right now. We'll see how that goes. Does anyone have any interest in doing the trial? Okay. Again, this would be, the upcoming school year for a one-year trial period, and we're looking at like 2 years out that we're going to implement this all the way around if the trial period is successful. Are there any questions on what would be involved with standards-based grading in your classrooms? And then the last thing is progress monitoring. So all of our progress monitoring will be based upon students' levels according to the grade levels of the student. The data we collect, that gives us great information to discuss at IEP meetings, at 504 meetings, at, students without IEPs meetings, parent conferences, our fall conferences and our spring conferences. That tells us how students are progressing against state standards. And that helps us tremendously when making decisions on placement, repeating courses, students are behind or excelling. It really tells a good story that's data-driven and gives us great information to pass along to parents. And then also our bosses on our end. So we kind of have everyone has an all-around picture of, kind of where we stand as a district collectively, and then individual students know where they stand as well. And that's my presentation for now. Here are my 4 references that I used for the project that I got off one at Mercy's Learning Modules. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. My name is Brian McCabe, and thanks for watching.